All right, folks. I know everybody's looking forward to the update. I've gotten like 6 or 7 texts wanting the update in the video blog. Very busy day today for Monday. Was it 20th? Yeah, the 20th. So started off early, was up, and well, let's take a recap because on Saturday I had the day pass to go out to see Emma softball tournament. They wouldn't give it to me on Sunday, and we'll get into that later. So they did really well. And I also found a new balancing routine, which I share with the physical therapists and occupation therapists that they can do. So when we were at the ball field, they had the handicapped porta potty that was on 3 or 4 of the roots of a tree. So when I went into it to pee, basically I had to balance myself without having to fall in and, come out looking like a blue Smurf. So I said they should get a porta potty here at the rehab center and have people do it. It's a good balancing act. So anyhow, that turned out well. I didn't fall in, came back. They did good. They wound up being the #1 seed going into elimination, made it to the final game. Unfortunately, played tough and lost. Very proud of all the girls. So at one point in time, when I saw they won and were going to the final game, I offered the nurse $500 in cash to drive me because we're only 15 minutes away. Couldn't work. So anyhow, well, today was a big day. It was more of a reality check. We got up, went to back down to Philly to Jefferson Hospital, met with the radiation guy, the chemo guy, and a clinical trial person. So I swear to God, the transport person hit every pothole between Malvern and Philly, both coming and back. When I came in, if they had a massage person here or a chiropractor, I would have paid money to get it because my back was killing me because she hit every freaking bump. So anyhow, we get down there, and like I said, it was more like a reality check where, even though I said that they got the mass and everything, this thing could come back. And I didn't think it would after the radiation chemo. So what I have to go through will be probably maybe the rest of my life. So, but what'll happen is, so just to give you what'll happen is the radiation will start. They'll have to build a mask for me, which allows them to pinpoint and have a repetition of where the radiation will go. That will go for 6 weeks straight, 5 days a week. So we'll have to do that. It's short. I think it's only like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to do. Actually, they said it's probably more time prepping than actually doing the actual treatment. And then after radiation is done for 6 weeks, we'll start the chemo, which will be a very low dosage for 42 days. I think it's 180 milligrams I'll be on first. Now that'll change later on. They'll up that after the radiation is done. And then because we opted in for this clinical trial, which it makes a lot of sense, it's called made by a company called Optune, Optune. And what will happen is my head will be shaved, and I put these plastic or things on there that have leads that go down to a battery. And what it does is it sends electronic magnetic, it's called electronic field therapy. So it sends EMF. So it sends electronic stuff into the brain so that it hopes to not allow the what do they call it? The chromosomes to reproduce, and the possibility of reforming the tumor. So it sounds really cool. It's basically like no harm, no foul. Why would you not want to do this? Because the side effects are like very, very minimum. I think it's there's more side effects with the radiation and chemo than there is with this. I think maybe I'm looking at Terry, she's here. What was the side effect with the Optune? Do you remember?
Just the soreness.
Skin irritation because of the thing. That's like one of the side effects. So it's like minimal. So like I said, chemo be low dose. They'll do some electronic field therapy. I could walk around. They wanted it for 18 plus hours a day. So have to shave my head. I always wanted to do that. So now I get an opportunity to do that, and I'll save $15 a month on haircuts, which is always positive. And so we have You walk around with a battery pack, so it's, when you look at it, it's 18 hours. It's not that bad because you can wear while you're sleeping. So if I get 9 hours sleep, there's 9 hours. Do work, that's another 10. So we're already up to 19. And watch TV, maybe 1 or 2 hours. So I'm like in the 20s easily, you know. So I don't see it being a problem with that. It'll be interesting to see with the battery, you know, carrying it around. Can I modify it a little bit? But we'll see. What we get, battery weighs about 2 pounds. Let's see. After radiation is done, chemo will go to a higher dose. 5 days per month I'll have to take it. MRIs will be done monthly after radiation to see how things are going. So interesting, Dr. Glass is my chemo doctor, and when we met, you know, we were talking about IB and IT guy. He actually was a programmer one time, you know, and I said, "What'd you do, like Fortran?" He goes, "Yeah, I did Fortrash." And so when they said Fortrash, I knew he was a programmer because any who programmed in Fortran know it was really trash. So, but that was pretty cool. Let me see. I wrote my notes. So I talked about the radiation. They create this mask for you, which basically allows them to keep your head in the same position every time you go get radiation and put it in the same spot. You know, side effects for the chemo will probably be possible nausea, which they give you some medication for, and some other things. I have to go get a pneumonia shot right now, so I'll have to go to primary care. Just some complicated things. He was pretty good with the diet that I'm on. He says that doesn't need to be changed. We talked about vitamins, which basically probably just scale back to a multi and maybe one other. And then we talked about herbs and organic stuff, and real good conversation. They have a lot of, Jefferson has a lot of therapy and group therapy things that can be done through virtual. I don't know if we need that right now and stuff. So they're very well educated. Some of the stuff, because of the clinical trial, will have to be done at Jeff. So we'll have to look at how we get there, whether it's an Uber or a train, what's going to be the most convenient way to get down there. Because everybody in this Philadelphia area knows that driving down to Schuylkill is a nightmare. Or I maybe put the appointments later. And then we'll have to balance that with the outpatient therapy here that we'll be doing in Bryn Mawr starting Friday or early next week. I think that's about it. Anything else, Tara, while you're here? Did I miss for an update?
I think you got everything.
Everything, got everything? Cards are coming in, thanks. The stuff's starting to go home, so because Wednesday I get discharged, so some of the nurses will be happy. I think the speech therapists will be happy that I'm leaving, because it probably gave her the hardest time because of just my way of thinking, and the way they do math is 2 different ways. Like I said, one of the things was, it was just a reality check today when they told me that, I thought, got the mass out, do the radiation, chemo, boom, thing's gone. But now saying that this type of tumor can come back. I think he said it's spirally, or he called it, or spidery, where it'll come back. So what they're trying to do with the EMF, which actually has been working, but this clinical trial is now in phase 2. So the first phase was that they would put this apparatus on you after you did the radiation. So this apparatus that I'll put on will be on during my radiation. So I'll get the radiation treatment and then put it on and do that 18-hour things. Versus the other one, you get done with your radiation and then you put it on. So this is phase 2. It's pretty expensive, but it looks like everything will be covered. If not, the Optune also covers it back. The one thing, years ago, those of you know that we work for Allstate, we bought a cancer policy, and I tell you what, it's well worth it. If you haven't done it, I highly encourage you looking into it and getting it. The younger you get it, the cheaper it is. For God forbid everything happens, because it's really going to help us out a lot from a financial standpoint. That's it. I think that's about it. So probably get one more video blog tomorrow, maybe not. Well, yeah, probably tomorrow. And then they might slow down because of Wednesday, and I'll be home and trying to balancing my new routine Going to get back to work probably starting maybe Thursday. I'll be home. I'll probably get on calls and stuff like that. I'll be set up. It's just a little hard here in the rehab because they're constantly like pulling in blood pressure checks here. Like every hour, I get a blood pressure check or temperature check or something. Or hey, we got to give you a pill. We got to give you a shot of this. Oh, blood work will be. You have to get a lot of blood work done for those of you that have gone through this to make sure your blood count is not going down. So that's about it. Hope everybody else is doing well. Thanks for the positive thoughts. And talk to you when I'm home, hopefully, the next one. Have a good night.